everyone. Welcome to Dicejunkies. We have a very special edition with us. We are interviewing Sarah Elmaleh. Did I pronounce that correctly?
You nailed it. How'd you nail it? No one nails it. That's astonishing.
I looked it up, watched a couple of interviews, and tried to pick it up from there.
Wow, you did your research. I'm impressed. Thanks. Yeah,
that's all I'll actually research, but I researched that part. I don't want to. My last name is butchered all the time, so I know how it is. Thank you very much for joining us. We've been working on this for a little bit now, but just to give you a little bit of background of Dicejunkies, we're a geek culture talk show. We're very casual. Don't expect any kind of very in-depth, thought-provoking questions. We're very conversational, and as you're about to find out here in a second, Q takes rabbit holes, so just to set your expectations ahead of time.
Great. Rabbit holes are great. That's my specialty.
So with your character's Lizzie, I mean, she's a fan favorite. A lot of my friends have to have a pilot in most of the games that we play. But your acting performance was absolutely hilarious.
Thank you.
How much of Lizzie is scripted versus how much of it is actually Sarah? So I am kind of curious. After watching one of your interviews, it seemed like a lot of it you had some artistic license with her personality.
Yeah, that's well observed. Yes, I have said that, and I think it's true. I mean, I give immense. Obviously, the writing was hilarious. So basically, it started with a very, very cool character. I was kind of brought on board and explained, what they were looking for. Someone who was cool, who could do justice to this legacy, like this immense family legacy, right? And so I got that, and then for whatever reason, it was just a very open-minded room that just allowed me to start to play. I think that originally she was going to be maybe a little tougher, a little more terse. Perhaps she's someone who kind of had big, bold, kind of brave action moments, but wasn't necessarily goofy. And then as that wildness, or sort of her I don't know if I can swear, her the fact that she's introduced with an F it. Yeah. The fact that she's introduced with a fuck it inspired me to bring a lot of fuck it energy in all kinds of places, in ways where maybe Lizzie herself is surprised by the fuck it that she goes with, as opposed to surprising just other people. She's like, I don't know where that came from, but it's great. So that sounds like was just allowed to happen, which was amazing. It's that not every role or every job is that permissive and kind of open-minded. And so it was just, and then the answer is that the writers, after enjoying that and taking it and accepting it, they amplified it, especially in the multiplayer. I would get stuff that was silly and in that vein, and then I would do a lot of ad-libbing too, a lot of which made it into the game. So yeah, from there it just kind of, speaking of rabbit holes, so it just kind of went off on its own energy. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh no, that's 100%. I mean, it's the multiplayer. Even to this day, I'll be playing Lizzie and she'll say something and I'll just be rolling on the floor because, and this is just to be honest with you, your ad-libbing is really what makes it work, because the character feels real. She actually feels like somebody you could see in here, and that's what I missed from the first. That's why I didn't like a lot of the new characters compared to the trash talk between Marcus and Dom. Of the time, that was very appropriate for I grew up in a military family, so I was like, yeah, that's the kind of trash they would talk on the field. And then Lizzie comes out and she just talks like you'd expect a female soldier to talk, and it's just really landed. And I'm just sitting there going yeah, most of the jarheads and stuff, she could definitely run along with any of my uncles and just been right there.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I as someone who doesn't have any military experience, I'm immensely glad to hear that. Because to me, what was important was just that she loved her job. So any of that, the fact that I was trusting kind of the writing and the situations to sell the fact that she's seeing, war, that she's in war, and in combat. But the fact that there was it just seemed very clear to me that she, as part of her family legacy, she just felt excited and thrilled to kind of be doing the family job, which is of course combat and crushing alien skulls. So yeah, but that means a lot. Thank you.
And the scene, and spoiler alert, Lizzie dies in the game, but the scene where actually she gets the Hammer of Dawn, it actually made me almost tear up, because it really felt like you were struggling for your life in the way that you were portraying the character. And like I said earlier, it made you quit playing the campaign. I've only seen one other person.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, no, I still hate JD. I blame him. I've continued blaming him to now.
Yeah.
When people play JD, I talk trash to them online. I still do. Like,
But I've only seen one person quit playing Gears, and that was my wife in Gears 3 when Dom died. Because we bonded over Gears 1, we married over Gears 2,
oh my God.
Oh yeah, no, we're Gears Aholics. I have all the special edition gears. I even have a fabricator hanging on my wall over there, along with the Jack drone. But she quit playing when Dom died, and took her about a month or two to even pick up the controller again. And he hasn't finished the campaign since then. We did the Hive Busters, but he hasn't played the campaign. It's more fun as a player to listen to your interaction as Lizzie when I play Clayton.
Oh, that's
when I'm falling on the ground and go, "Get up, Uncle Clay!" It cracks me up. I actually want to go down again and hear what kind of, because there's so many things that we haven't heard yet, and they're coming in with each operation. Do they bring you back in to record more lines, or are they just holding out on the gamers?
Well, they have to pace. They have to. It's like a child. You don't feed them everything all at once. That's gamers aren't children, but they do. I as someone who is a kind of person who plays games and binges hard on them, sometimes I appreciate a little restraint on their part. I probably played Mass Effect 3 like it was a 40-hour work week when it first came out. So, but anyway, So, but no, we did so many more sessions for multiplayer than we did for the single player. I mean, the single player was a handful, and then multiplayer was many. So I don't know. I'm not probably fully up to speed on what I can't personally account for the implementation of every single line in the modes, in the operations, but so they may still have stuff in the bank. I'm not sure. But I can say that it was quite a lot, and I'm sure that they stacked a bunch of it up and have been releasing it drip by drip, because we haven't been back in the studio for a minute now. So so they probably do have them all stored up. Yeah, but I also love the family interactions. I think those connections are just between those characters are really powerful and fun and important. So I love the Carmine banter. Yeah. We actually we're seeing more rooms in public lobbies saying Carmine's only. And really?
They run the whole family.
Wow. See, this is fascinating. What I have questions for you all, because I record the lines, but then I was seeing stuff about the laugh becoming kind of taking on a meme quality, things, the culture takes and runs and transforms the context of these lines so dramatically in ways that I have no concept of. So I'm eager for stories of that stuff. So they're doing Carmine only lobbies now?
Oh yeah, there's Carmine only lobbies, and you have to pick one of the 5. And there's Anthony, Benjamin, Clayton, Lizzie, and Gary. So you have to pick one of the 5, and you can't duplicate because they want the interactions.
Right. You're just mining interactions between Carmines.
I mean, why do you think I'm not looking forward to Gears 4? It's like
the first memory I have of Lizzie is her laugh. And I was like, what's going on? Because
what is that? What just happened?
Where's that dorky laugh coming from? I'm like, what the hell? And then I realized it was coming from the pilot.
You didn't know. You were like, what is that? Is that a creature? Who is doing that?
I never equipped the laugh emote. I was always using the animated emotes, and someone started actually going with the sound emotes, and her laugh was the first one I remember hearing. I was like, so where did that laugh originate from? Were you just goofing off, or did they want you to? Oh, okay.
I mean, well, they asked for laughs. They asked for a bunch of laughs, and I mean, just me and my process, my actor process is to make myself laugh in a really forced way, and then that tends to make me laugh in a real way. And so you'll get I'll be like ha ha ha, ha, and it'll just sort of bleed into something that's real. But I am the genius of the engineers and the folks who work on that, who I'm with in this process, is that they tend to catch everything. And it's so smart, because I'll ad lib after a line, I'll just sort of twist it, in a moment just after I've done a take or two, and they'll catch that. So there's a lot of ad libs that happen that way. And I'm 1000% certain that I did 3 or 4 takes of a normal-ish sounding laugh, and then I came out with this guttural whatever, which is a laugh that I'm sure that if you watch enough interviews of me, you'll hear it. It's a real laugh of mine. I mean, it's not it's not, it's funny. Which just tells you how I laugh in ways that are incredibly ungainly and almost never useful for any other kind of character, except they just decided it was great for Lizzie, and so God bless. But yeah, I mean, that's just me. That's a me laugh.
It's recognizable now. I mean, it's legendary. You could play that anywhere, and anybody who plays Gears would be like, "That's Lizzie."
Lord, that is wild to me.
There's 2 people. Wild. Yeah, there's only a couple people that's laugh is that distinct, and she is one of the 2.
That's bananas. Yeah, you can hear it's all over the place, and sometimes it's quite low, and sometimes it's a shriek. It's just a mess in here. Yeah.
But let's be fair and also give you a chance to talk about something that isn't Lizzie. You have done a lot of other roles. Are there any other characters that really, when you were done with them, you just said, wow, that really leapt off the pages and I really felt like I embodied that character?
I mean, I'm proud of a lot of different roles for a lot of different reasons, and some of which don't have anything to do with me being good, just I really resonate with the project overall, and I think it's effective in the context of the project. But I don't know. I mean, Lizzie was particularly gratifying as a wild swing that feels like very inextricable from me. There was so much of myself that they cultivated and encouraged and that just got used. And so that process of evolving this character in ways that became more and more instinctive and more uninhibited, I think is pretty special, actually. I think I've done a lot of different kinds of characters, some that are more like controlled and imperious, and some are very natural and kind of down to earth and just all kinds of stuff. But there's no one in my catalog so far that is as goofy in a way that is pretty much just has me all over it. Just can't get it. It's just me. It stinks of me. So Lizzie is special in that way. Yeah.
I had to ask this too. When I saw Lizzie and I saw your picture for the first time, I just said, yeah, that's Lizzie. Like, did they model her after you, or just, I don't know if it's just I picked up on your so much your personality came through that when I saw you, I said, if Lizzie takes off her helmet, it's Sarah. That
fun.
was my first thought.
I'd be honored.
I mean, immediately I said, wow, like that is exactly what I imagined Lizzie looked like. And I was just like, okay. And
I wonder why.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. It's just a really fit. She's fitter than I am. I mean, that's obvious. She's stronger and leaner than I am. A year into a pandemic, but that's interesting. Yeah, I guess she's maybe there's that part. She's a little androgynous, maybe, and I tend to be a little I swing both. I can be more femme, but I tend toward androgynous. So yeah, I don't know.
I think it was a confidence because, like, I imagine that Lizzie would just make that face. And when I was on some of your pictures, you're just looking like, yeah, what? And I'm like, yeah, that's Lizzie. And I saw the first picture. I said, no, that's Lizzie. Yeah, like if they do a movie, I'm going to be pissed if they don't think to call
That'd
you
be fun. Someone pay me to get in that kind of shape. That'd be dope. If I actually say that, and I'm not sure that I'm too lazy for it or not, but it seems like it would probably be cool for 6 months to be that fit. That'd be super fun. I don't know. But I honestly feel that like whatever, I can't imagine Lizzie with her helmet off. So it's hard to,
that's true.
You know what I mean? So,
it's a rule.
For all we know, it looks like another helmet. It's just helmets all the way down, like.
I don't think any of the Carmines have ever taken the helmet off.
It is law. It is law.
It's almost like the Mandalorian. It is the way.
It's the way, baby. Yeah.
Well, I'll let Mr. Bloodaxe close it out since he was able to get us this wonderful interview, which I'm still very appreciative of. Thanks, Bloodaxe.
Oh, no problem. Absolutely. And again, I'm very thankful that Sarah was able to spend some time with us this evening. We're looking forward to playing some more Lizzie probably tomorrow, most likely.
Oh, how delightful. I love it.
But yes, you're very lovely to talk to, and you're very. It was very conversational, and I think that's one of the things that we've gotten known for is we're not going to beat you across the head with 5-sentence questions. It's going to be just talk about back. And so I'm glad you were able to spend some time with us this evening, and I want to thank everybody for watching. As always, look for Dicejunkies on Twitch. We stream live at 3:30 on Sunday Central Standard Time. You can also find us on YouTube, Instagram, and I also run the Twitter account. So once we get the video up, I'll send you the link. I'll tag you in it, and that way your friends can be able to find it as well. So it's so nice to interact with folks, with fans, I guess, just because we were going to do conventions and things this year, and like that went away obviously last year. And so I haven't gotten the chance to meet folks who've enjoyed her. And I just feel really tickled and pleased and honored to accompany everybody on their multiplayer adventures. And I'm glad that my ridiculous laugh is a feature, not a bug or whatever. So it's really a treat that people care to spend time with her and to have her as their buddy in this stuff. So thank you for giving me the chance to say hello, and hello to everybody who plays her. Thank you. You're absolutely welcome. And yes, everyone who plays Lizzie has her laugh on default. Nobody plays Lizzie without the laugh. I promise you that. So,
well, Now you know what I sound like when something strikes me as whatever that is, whatever I was reacting to myself, I guess. Yeah.
All right, Zena, we'll go and close it out. Again, Sarah, thank you very much. We appreciate your time with us, and maybe we'll have you again after your hidden projects come to light.
Right, sure.
She might be too big for us then, though. See, she's gonna
if
be
you
like,
can hear me in them, you deserve an interview. If you recognize my voice, I'll be impressed. For sure.
Good with voices.
You have a very distinguished voice. That won't be a problem.
All right, cool. It's a bet. Sounds good.
It's on. All right, thanks, everybody.